is challenge 10, which is all about material requisition optimisation. These are the team members. And our problem statement was material requisition on the A14 project is done on an as-needed basis, leaving contractors exposed to fluctuating prices. So the challenge was conceived to help identify the best approach to procuring construction material based on historic data. Our raw data had 13,500 data points. We identified these important features. There was a prevalence of free text field for key fields such as item category, unit type. There was £63.6 million worth of data. We processed the data and shrunk it down from 13,500 to 6,000, then even further to 1,100 when we accounted for meaningful data, so where all features were complete. This reduced our total data to just 20% of the original. We had to redefine the challenge on the back of this, which meant we looked at data governance instead, and we shifted our focus to enabling improved decision making through better data. We did this by splitting the project into 3 objectives. First one was data quality improvement, so monitoring the completeness of data, flag anomalous data, create a dashboard to track this data quality, and then make data quality measurable. The second objective was to improve the process through reducing free text fields, automating workflows, and improving process transparency. The third objective was determining targeted price through trend analysis of item prices, look at external factors such as GDP, tender price index, benchmark supplier price quotes, and then utilise this information to provide target prices that contractors should expect for requisitions.
Hi, thanks, Chris. Just as a baseline, this is the data that we originally received. As you can tell, the format's a bit everywhere, and the data quality is quite sparse, as we'll cover. So we might get through this state. So we broke it down actually by price analysis as the target page, which is broken down by item category type and the underlying item. At the moment, we selected A280 pipe beds, and what you can see is the unit price that it was bought by at the day, and then the target price that we think it is at. I'll cover how we've done that later. We've also got a table of the selected item, the price that it was bought at, and whether we think it's good or bad, depending on target price, and also allows analysts to drill down into individual transactions. And then, as you can see, we can do this with other ones. It's worth noting we've also put an anomaly filter in. So as you see here, that's anomaly, and we can filter it over. Okay. So next one, we have buyer and supplier performances. The data is quite sparse around buyer suppliers, so as data quality improves, this will become more and more useful. We break down the category and item, and basically we've created a worst performing items by the buyer and how much you reckon they overpaid by. It's worth knowing we can drill down into this item to go into a price analysis just against it. We can also drill down by the buyer type to be able to then say what are the relating suppliers that they would normally go to and how much they under and overpaid by on average. The pending approval process is one for us to increase operational processes. So here's all the currently outstanding pending orders and the unit price that was entered and the target price that we think it should be got at. This will help that we could do this with a Power App or React App as we improve going forward. Data quality is a big piece around us. As you can see, if I call it factoring and pricing, it's basically a price that's been entered in the system that is likely very wrong, and we've done that by a severity index. So for this one, entered £30 and the target price is £1.61, so it's obviously up. The biggest other problem is that the item description types don't always have anything, so the actual order isn't placed against an item. There's 4,813 of these. We've done trend analysis through time, and then we can also then start to target the buyers and the actual categories of where these things occur. The macroeconomic process is that we've targeted basically industry indexes to track inflation with building construction and tender price index, and also macroeconomics such as GDP for the UK. We've also constructed an internal inflation based on the prices we built, and as we can see, prices have increased by 13%. However, this is a bit misleading, as if we drill down into that category, we can see prices fall. This is likely, we hope to prove that this is due to highly related to the indexes and GDP, which we then can sync up to target price, and then adjust for target inflation prices as well. We can also drill down that category.
Right, thank you for that. And I'll walk through the challenge questions that we were posed with. So as part of the challenge, we were asked to ensure that our product was scalable across different projects and different cost categories. And we believe that the current implementation of the product enables us to do this because it's done in quite an agile manner. But the biggest challenge lies in the data capture process itself. That is because there is a whole host of data due to inconsistency, data governance, and data capture process. That means the data that we're receiving is not reliable or not of high quality. So the thing that we really need to improve on is the data capture process, and this needs to be done by the implementation of a robust end-to-end system with clearly defined business processes that are standardized across the organization, standardized nomenclatures, and most importantly, behavioral change among the input users so that we can have a reliable stream of data. What's also critical is front-end validation to ensure that any data quality issue is addressed upstream as opposed to letting it clog up the entire data pipeline. These measures can be complemented with a web scraping app that enables us to capture data from merchant websites that's readily available. This enables us to build up a repository of data that is independent of project so that we have good understanding of cost data for materials that we might not already have in our current projects. So this ensures sustainability. By adopting all these 3 steps, I believe there are 3 things that we can achieve. Firstly, we can enable contractors to have better tender price estimates because with better understanding of costs and its landscape, better tender prices can be submitted. Secondly, the understanding of seasonality and key drivers of material costs will be important for the completion of any successful projects from the contractor standpoint. And last but not least, by having a good understanding of the cost landscape and all the drivers, this enables contractors to have better bargaining powers with their suppliers to enable successful completion of projects in the future. Thank you very much.